There we go. That works.
So got a few minutes here before we get going. So
Okey-dokey. I'm not muted. Do you hear any crashing in the background? There's a crazy cat running around.
nope, pretty quiet so far.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just probably won't last long. I noticed the topic noted on the calendar.
Oh, I believe Debbie Novak is doing the options tonight, but I was just trying
I
to.
thought that was Thursday.
It could be Thursday. Is it Thursday? Then good. Because I was trying to figure out what day it was.
Thursday also.
Okay.
So Rex, you may be a day off, but you're not a dollar short.
It depends on the day, that's for sure.
Can you show us where all your plot trades are posted? I could not find the link.
Yeah, let me.
Okay, let me stop sharing. We got this in the beginning here. So there you go.
All right, share screen. Let me know if you can see the calendar page.
I can.
Okay, so underneath trades is where I put mine, and it
Aha.
puts the most new ones down here.
Let me go to mine and see if it's the same.
And then member trades, and I haven't been able to find out how to attach a name to them. So I added Danny's that he sent me, and I have Joshua's from his the challenge, and then yours. And I'm trying to remember, just can't quite. I wish I could put names on them because then I forget. But let me know if you can get into them and you can see them.
Yeah, I'm going there now.
We'll have to sign our charts.
Yeah, autograph them.
Yeah.
If you want to, you don't have to. But I think it's great showing the different approaches and things. And they all come up nice and crisp and clean.
That's good.
So is this in Rumble?
No, this is in Logan's Grove.
Do you want us to put our name on that chart before we take a picture?
What do you think? Do you think you want, anonymity or nobody knows who you are? Do you want to put your name on? It's up to you.
I couldn't care less.
I'm saying, if it helps you, it suits me, but.
So I don't have a tab that says trade. Oh, there it is. Yes, I found them. Thank you.
Good. Yep. So as I say, when I add them, they get added at the end down here instead of up here, and I haven't figured out how to do it the other order. So new ones are always at the bottom.
I noticed they have the common thing that they have on websites now is that all the menu things are written in a light gray. You might want to mention to your consultant people that a slightly sharper color. Yeah, like when you do that, it shows up. Okay.
Right. So when I hover over,
if they were that color all the time and then got even bolder when you moused over them, that would be better. Because then we'd see it.
Right. Nope, I agree.
Yeah. They don't realize because they don't need glasses, reading glasses.
I know they're all young whippersnappers.
Yeah,
You know.
they don't get it. I never got it until I needed them.
I
And
didn't
I'm like,
either.
oh
Yeah.
man, not fun.
Nope, but we do our best. All right. All right. So on my calendar here, I need to change it. So anyway, I'm going to Fibonacci on Mondays, Pivot Tuesday, Trendline Break on Wednesdays. We can change them all up. It just kind of helps me say, well, let's look for certain types of setups, and maybe we can find different tools that we like to use to trade. Now, let's see. So this would have been a trend line break. Wherever it finally broke below the line and wherever you want to draw it. You could even do your own version of the Fibonacci fan. But that would have been a trend line break order to sell. They're not looking for the world. You're just looking for basically an avalanche, a mudslide. It gets started, and you're just trying to be in it for 2 to 4 hours and be done. And they all have a certain characteristic to them. Not like, we had the box that would have put us into this trade here anyway. But if we were just going and we get a trend line break, we can be conservative, and we have one, but I like to get where they have some momentum and a quick move. So I know when I trade, I go through the pairs, and lately I've only been finding one or two that I can trade. Because when I sit down to trade, I want my setup starting. I don't want to have to wait for it. Anybody use trend line breaks just for support or resistance or anything?
I sometimes use it for verification that I'm thinking correctly. Or incorrectly, as the case often is.
Yeah,
One way or another, it'll prove itself out, won't it?
call it chart art.
Yeah.
Gets me to notice things that I wouldn't ordinarily notice.
Well, Rex, so the first one you showed was a trend line break and it just kind of shot through. What's the difference in one that just shoots through like that and one that, say, the trend line, the time cycle comes out and it goes from expansion or the trend to a consolidation? Would you trade that differently?
What I'm looking for, if I'm looking for a trend line break, it's the same thing. I'm still looking for the outside edges, but I'm looking for, is it getting tired? Right. And if I can put a trend line on it, and if it breaks it, maybe it's going to pick up steam because it broke that line, and then selling will kick in or buying will kick in. So it's hard for me to pick them in between because I want something that moves faster. Which one was it? This was a nice trend line break. Once it picked up steam on both of them. That's what I want, because I don't want to spend a lot of time worrying about it. If there's a trend line break that's, casual, they'll work, but they're just a little bit too slow. Because I was thinking that today, when I trade, I want to spend as least amount of time in front of my computer. I'm looking for the best setups that I can find, either scalping or position trades. And then I do want to be gone.
All right, so like that one right there.
right?
So I'm gonna doodle. You got this trend line, right? It broke. It didn't break quite like the other one you showed,
Right.
but because it's consolidating, right?
Right. And it's at the top on the daily.
So would you trade this, or you just wouldn't like this one as much because it's not that
So
aggressive?
you don't know until after it gets started, right? You think,
True.
okay, now it's going to go. But it looks like it starts to go, and there may be enough pips in there to pull something out of the trade. But if it doesn't follow through, then it's not, for me, going to be a trend line break and actually go somewhere. So if I got into it, I would get out after so many hours. It just isn't producing.
So is your only so let's say price is like right here, right? Structure hasn't broken until this point. So there won't be a turn, but you're not necessarily looking for a turn. You're just looking for the break maybe to the structure. Is that what you're thinking?
It could be, if it's based on the outside edges on the weekly or the daily, then I'm looking for a big move right through everything.
Oh, so like something that's going to do like that.
Right.
Well, okay. So on that scenario, would you wait for the structure break?
No, I would start early.
You would start early because your risk is low.
Right.
Okay.
So if I look at where you're drawing on the red, if I go back to the daily,
sorry,
no,
I erased
that's
it.
all right. So where you drew that, I enter a sell because it broke the pivots there in the trend line. Then I can go back over, so I can take that. Then I go back over to the daily and see where the next daily trend line is.
Where's your daily?
Bottom left.
Bottom left. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get to there.
Where are you drawing?
Oh, I'm not drawing. Sorry. I was staring at it thinking you were going to. There. So I'm going to, if I get in this trend line break here, then I'm looking down to this line here.
Which is this guy.
Right. So, well, no, this one down here, this flat one.
Oh, is this flat? Oh, the
sorry.
support.
No, you're right. You're right. Sorry. Right there.
Because see, my concern with trend line breaks, if it doesn't break the structure, and this is the trouble I've had with them. This trend is good until this break, right?
Right.
Then it's this trend, still an uptrend until this break. Then it's this trend because it's all still up until it breaks this structure right here. But so your scenario right there of just going to the next fan alleviates that problem.
Yeah. See, now you naturally drew out Fibonacci fans.
A what?
Fibonacci fans.
Okay, I've never used those.
Oh, it's the same thing. It's the Fibonacci. It's just the percentage between them. And if it breaks one, that has a probability like you have on the others to get to the next one. And then if it reverses off one, there's a certain probability that it tries to work back to the previous one. So we got Fibonacci expansions, retracements, fans, and arcs, and that was a fan naturally put on there.
Okay, well, I just did it from my experience of what the market will do when it goes from its expansion to its consolidation before it will break structure. And I think before I got too greedy trying to catch like this first fan all the way to structure or all the way past. And it would, of course, not do that, as you see.
Right.
And I guess you're telling me it's because of the fans.
So there are pending orders sitting along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're taking the sell. And if we don't get out of our sell, we're going to run into buyers.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take off my doodlings.
No, that's there's you just have to kind of find the way. Now you are getting very comfortable with the retracements. And we're clear up here at the top on the Swiss yen. Seems like it just plain wants to go up. That's not a good enough. That's awfully steep. And that's too casual. So I don't like that one. And we're getting close to some other setups. Let's just see. There would be one. And on the way down, I am going to run into bind pressure here. Awfully steep on the daily. So it may not be a trend line break. It may be just a nice reversal. Oh, this thing took off. Anybody catch that? I've been caught up in paperwork all day. Somebody has to yell out that they caught that.
Fortunately, no.
I didn't, but I wrote some stuff in the chat that might be helpful about what you're looking at.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I saw that. I'm reading. I'm a little bit slow at getting it all read. You can trade trend line breaks on any time frame, and a trend line break on a 1 minute is going to last you a minute, right? You just got to make it just. So here was a nice trend line break. We had a pattern. It was getting tighter, and it broke, and it moved down nicely. And I don't know if it's mental that I prefer trend line breaks to the downside, because it seems like it's easier to fall. There's no logic in it, but it is easier to come down mentally for me anyway.
I think that's true of most folks.
Just the natural earthquake, mudslide, avalanche.
Always looking for a better deal.
Yeah.
Okay, I just played with your Fibonacci fan. It follows the same rules as Fibonacci and it works.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a light going through a prism. So I'm laughing at it. But like
So-
if you draw it right on that one on the Euro NZD,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll help everybody with a tool. It's up. It's under, yeah, it's in there. Fib speed resistance fan is what they're calling it. But you do it from the bottom point to the top point of,
Do it here.
yeah. Because you want the 0 to be, yeah. See that 25 is right at that support. The 38's at a support. Oh, whoops.
Hold on.
Okay.
We get to where we can see more of it, but it's not letting me do it.
I mean, it's the exact same concept, except it's within a trend.
Right. Yeah, there we go. I'm down to the 4 hour.
Ooh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, see, look at the 38, perfectly on that major support. And if it breaks the 50, it has a tendency to go all the way. That one's not going to show it, but the one up there does show it. If you draw it from here to here, once it broke the 50, it just dropped and retraced the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it follows the rules.
Yeah.
I've just never done it at an angle like that.
They're much easier to draw here on TradingView. I don't know what MP4 is like.
A nightmare.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
lucky I get the straight ones.
So this one here, it with the colors and things, visually you can work with it because you can, the white candle there. This thing came down to I don't know what it is.
Let me clear my stuff.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's the 50. And look,
It-
it's a major support.
So at 50, and it went all the way back up. So it's a good tool. We will all draw them a little bit differently, but if you standardize and get used to them, they can set you up with some good structure.
Well,
So, Nate,
we all do fibs on the lateral, if you will. It's just turn your head cockeyed and think about it from a trend angle.
Right. Yeah, because it's going to give you a trend line break. And it's also giving you the sequence, the fans.
Nate does these all the time with price and time cycles. Only
Mhm.
he doesn't use the tool, he draws it himself after measuring his
Right.
cycles.
Yeah.
In fact, he did one tonight in the crypto class. He does them almost every week. And he does a lot in the trade room also.
Right. I naturally just draw my lines as I see them. But this is a great tool. I don't know if that'll stay on here. I go to the next pair. Okay. So I'm going to stay on the 4 hour. And for me right now, I've got these 2 points. So I hit this low, that high. It made it to the 62 and reversed. Made it to the 50 and reversed a little bit. So does anybody have a platform up or a trading view where somebody else besides me wants to draw Fibonacci fans?
Like in TradingView?
Yeah, share your trading view and just so we can all not just look at the way things, mix and match what we do.
Sure, I don't mind for a couple.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
It's literally a tool I learned about today.
Well, wait till we get into arcs.
Well, let's not jump too far.
Yeah, we just need what we need, and that's it.
So this was me playing with it. I have a tendency to want to draw from the last pivot to where it may currently be, right? So, whoops, I don't know what button that was. If I were to look at the euro, because I have a fib drawn on it. I hate how it does that. Now yeah. So let's say we were fibbing this. Where's my fib tools? If I were going to figure out what's going on with this turn, this is what I would normally do, right? We're at the 23, we passed it, we tested the 38, we're coming back to test the 23. There's your standard fib thing. So if I were to add the fan, I would do it from here to that last high.
Okay.
Okay, this is a lot of colors.
But it's viewable. So I can take the daily and run down to the 4 and the 2 hour, and I have decisions already set up for me.
Okay, so it's testing the 25 right now, bouncing right off of that sucker. Which is also, if you draw a trend, wait, this would be more the middle of it. Okay. So it's bouncing right off of that. If we go look at the 2 hour, it's playing right in between the 25 and 38, just like it does when we draw it like I first drew it. Because see what it's doing over there is playing between the 38. Where's it at? The 38 and the 23. It's playing between there. So it jumped, tested, it's coming back up. It's doing the same thing, but in a trend, a Fibonacci trend. Also, something that I'm noticing that the trend has that this straight up and down doesn't have. These are all equidistant. These are not. The further out you get, the wider they get. But it flows because when it tested it here early, hit it, came down, failed the retest, came down, broke. Okay, so you got some play, but it's playing fairly decently within it. And then that just broke through a whole bunch. But it's still playing fairly decently within it. But for some reason, because its price is further away from my starting point, it moves more. Is there a reason for that? Does that make sense? So like when it's playing between the 25 and 38 now, there's a lot more price movement. When it was playing over here, there was a lot less price movement. It still played within the same fibs, just less price, more price the further away.
And so, you know, as the fans get bigger, definition of a fan, the range gets bigger. And I don't know if it's just because institutions play around those levels and they just follow the rules. It's not that nature's doing it, but, you know, somebody's doing it.
Well, somebody's doing it. I mean, Fibonacci is supposed to be based in human nature and nature and all that other kind of stuff. So maybe our subconscious doing it, which, you know, fair enough statement on the back end understanding. The question is, okay, I know when this fib fails, price goes below where I drew it. Now that fib fails. Price for a trend, price would have to go above here for this to fail, or would it have to go below here for it to fail, my starting point?
Of that fan that you put on, if you get a new pivot high or pivot low, you redraw them.
I got to redraw. Okay. Same concept. If I get a new pivot high or pivot low, I have to redraw the fan.
Correct.
If I drew it to this high from this low, so if I get a new either one, I got to redraw the fan. So let's see if that works. So let's say I drew it to here. Everything seemed to, played right off this number, hit this number, hit this number. Okay. They still kind of held, but technical failure was this candle right here.
Right.
So I needed to do this at that point for more. And it's cleaner now. Rex, you know all kind of stuff.
And the thing is, we use the lines to get into trades. We use lines to get out before we get to those lines. You know, we're going to miss some fast moving markets, but at least you have targets. If you enter at a 25, you're going to be looking at getting out at 36. You just you measure up. Is there something worthwhile to me there?
And see, you can get in. Your stop loss is the last high, which is also on the other side of the fib line. So it's asking the market to do a lot to get you out and asking less to go to your take profit.
Right.
Which should also be a support.
Right. So this is a combination of trend line breaks and sweet spot reentries. Right in the middle of a move, you got a test and then a continuation. And that's a sweet spot reentry.
You're talking about right here.
Right there. Yep. It pulled back, it tested the 25 and then said, okay, well, no more buyers. And then it falls to the 38.
You must have done this before.
Sweet spot reentry. Well, I want to get in when the light changes, right? I don't want to run out into an intersection. That's just no fun. So if that thing is going green and it changes to red, I'm going red. I don't like to sell while it's green. I would rather it give me that little bit of a nudge that says I have it. So I'll miss out on some trades, but at least I don't have the turn yet, but it's at least starting that way.
And look, this movement right here. It was a bounce off the bottom, straight shot up. It was a huge move up, especially through here, right? But it broke through that one, retested it, broke. This is the half. So it had it stayed here a little while, but the half's the major one.
Right.
Then it went up again, came back. This is.
So, and look at that second entry there. It came off a double bottom at the bottom there. Sorry, right. That one and the one to the right.
Yeah.
So
There,
a double bottom. So there are other players coming in, other types of traders. They see a double bottom reversal, and it's also on the fan line. Maybe that brings more people into the trade because more people from different perspectives are seeing it.
So you got the double bottom boys, then you got the 61 boys, then you got the half boys, and you got a lot of people taking profit at that one for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then it drops back down to the 25 or the 38. I can't quite see. And then it does a little fake, and then it does a sweet spot reentry on that first green candle right there.
Yep.
It's a buy.
It's gone.
Yep. So you're
all
looking
the way back to its mean.
Yeah. So it hit the double, came off the double bottom, get kind of close to double top, not all the way up, pulled back. We could have had a sell, and then said, now I'm going to make a run to the top of the fib, over those other pivots. And that's what it did. So it adds a whole bunch of structure and thinking to your trading. And it's all real time.
And we use it to plan.
Yes.
Let's see. So like if we're here, we're above that. I would normally want to be in buys. It's sitting on it,
right?
Which I hate.
So let's say I sold the red candle. The tiny
sold this one.
Let's say I sold.
That's logical.
Okay, let's say I sold it.
Okay.
So my exit is the candle to the left, the high.
Right there.
So, and it's creeping up on that. I may be already out, but that's a very comfortable loss.
You're not out yet.
Right. So, but now I'm going, well, I didn't turn. How long am I going to give it a chance to? Am I going to step out of the trade and now go, it's a box trade or a continuation trade? So if I put a box on it, if it breaks down, I'll sell it. If it breaks up, then I'm getting back into that next fan.
That is clean. This fan adds a layer of, it's another confirmation, I guess.
It's showing support. That's for sure. It doesn't want to turn.
It's fighting, but normally this price is kind of in the middle of this whole move. So it's an indecisive area anyway, a little bit. So I tend to stay away from them. But now, because I know it's fighting this line as well, I'm a lot more confident in a sales order here to here and a buy order from here to here than I was without the fan.
Yeah, because you're just waffling on the 25 whichever way.
Yeah, because I'm playing a fib range, which I play that Monday, and I play them all the time.
So this is just, you don't need too many tools to be good at this.
Well, it's really the same tool. It's just an angle.
Yeah. And it looks cool.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of colors. I may have to take down some of the colors. There's a lot going on here.
Well, when you get used to looking at it, you don't see anything but your numbers and your structure, but it looks cool.
That's true. And
I don't know if for the other folks here, if this is more of a pain or if it actually is something that adds structure for you. I've always liked them. I've used my lines pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think everybody using the fibs, you could say what you will where they come from, but the more people that use them, the more of a self-fulfilling prophecy it becomes. So it doesn't matter if it's based in nature or human nature, but the more people that look at the charts that way, the more they'll work. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there are standing orders out there to buy at the 200 moving average, at the 100 moving average of 50, right? In the same way with the Fibonacci, they run those through the futures markets and everything, and you can't even imagine the amount of money or orders that they put through at their size. But that's the way they run their office meetings. Let's look at soybean. We're going to be buying at the 36. We're going to be buying at the 62, whatever it is. I mean, and a lot of orders go through. All right.
More sharing of screens. I don't want to look at myself on the recording, so nobody else is going to share it. I'm going to look at where is it? I haven't looked at it yet tonight.
I'm trying to refresh my charts here.
So see, that's the only fib I get. Can you all see that, by the way? Oh, listen to me. I've been listening to Josh speak, and I'm saying y'all now.
It does pass.
It rubs off.
It's contagious.
It is. So yeah, here we are. We're just hanging out right there. Actually, I think we should probably move this down a little bit, technically, right?
Does MT 4 or 5, whichever one you got there, do the fan?
Or I don't think so. Let's see. There's the,
That's the retracement. You'll have to go, I think you have to right click on it and find and add it.
standard chart
Customize.
time frames.
It'd be customize.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
And then you got to find it on the left.
Timeline by angle.
Fibonacci fan right there at the bottom.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
click
It
that
is.
and
Look
click
at that. Who knew?
and do insert.
I learned something new today.
Oh, and it's got arcs too.
I tried the arcs on,
I don't
I
know.
think it was Alveo, and I don't like them. I don't.
Okay. And then you hit close.
Right. Well, let's see. Does it show up?
And yeah, over there.
Oh wait, I might just do it here. Let's see. No,
No,
that's the
that's
straight
the
one.
fib.
Okay.
I think it's right here.
Three to the right.
Right there. Ah,
Yep.
Yeah.
look at that. Okay, let's do it over here. Oops. Look at that. Now let's try that one more time. There we go. Anchor it there. Go slow. Ooh, look at that. No fancy colors.
So it just does the last 3, but they're pretty accurate.
Look at that. This seems to be where it goes to. I guess I could. Oops. No, it doesn't like me moving it. Let's see.
You have to select, I
There we
think,
go.
this right
Let's
here.
try that.
Or yeah,
there.
okay.
Okay. And then this. Right there. Well, let's try it.
Yeah, you take it to the pivot.
That looks pretty good too.
Yeah.
It breaks through the 61. You would think it would go down, but no, this is the Asian session, so it's not cooperating. Get rid of one of these.
So when you drew it up there, if we went back and only had the most recent pivot on the 15-minute, where you drew it, it meandered down to the, can't quite read it, the 8-2, I don't even know what that is.
Here.
And then it
Or do you want me to go here and say,
no, that's fine. Anywhere's fine. I'm just saying that it tends to climb up that trend line that it gives you.
yeah, it does.
And then when it broke, it
I
moved
think I
around. So
prefer it over there because it gives you more space to see, and it this goes from there to there, which is the low point to the high point, which is what I've heard is your technical way of doing it. And yeah, broke through the 50, didn't quite hit the 61, continued on.
Well, here's a question. So it's meandering like you're talking about because
It
it's the time of day, right? But as time passes, as we go this way, the 61 goes this way. So the 61 rule of it supposedly retracing all the way is still applicable, even if price does this until it actually breaks across, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
But for an entry, like if you did
There's
it
no
here,
100% on this one.
right? But if you did it here, you're already stopped out. But it
I
doesn't
think
mean
the
the
fact that it's
61
broken
is
through the 61, it makes this fib invalid, so that we wait for the next whatever
okay.
range we have. I don't even know how I can move this.
Well, you
Oh,
can't make
there
a
we
new
go. We can move
range.
the entire thing.
You can't make a new range till you have a new low
Right. Yeah.
or a
Time
new
is-
high.
No,
So if
that one,
price goes above here, then you move the top of your fib to that new location.
that's true. Yeah.
But the bottom stays there.
Right.
Okay.
Let's
It's just a little harder to, you got to turn your head sideways
Yeah.
to think about it.
I just moved it to the next wick up there, and it's moved it over, and it looks like this is following along this line now. So that's it.
Yeah. Technically, that is higher than that one.
It's a wick. I think it's about the same, isn't it?
uh,
Move that out of the way. Get rid of your doodle.
I think it might be a
This
half
one's a
pip
little
higher.
higher, I think. I don't know.
Gotta zoom in.
Yeah, it's not going to help much.
But it sure makes a huge difference on the drawing.
What, zooming in?
No, where you place the top
That it
of the
does.
fib.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
Yes, it does. Because it just moves it over a whole nother. Where is it actually? There it is. There's that one. Bring it down. There. And then we take this one. Move it over there. Yeah, because we're going to a whole different. We moved it over another range. Price range.
Yeah. And now you're playing on the 61. You haven't broke it.
Because time has gone on. We've gone through one more price cycle, a time cycle.
Yeah. It's easy to forget about those time cycles.
It is. And the news. Let me see when the news is. See, the problem with this, that news that I posted it in the group me chat, and it's in GMT. And now this account, this time here is Moscow. So it's not GMT. Let's see. Are we GMT +4 now? Or +5? Is this the month where I don't know. Time changes get me all messed up. Anyway,
Yep.
Central time is +6, so Eastern is +5.
okay, Bank of Japan summary is at 2350 GMT. No, 10, 2 a.m. or 2:50. Japan Bank lending, same thing.
So when you're done, I'll show one too.
Okay, good. I'll let you show yours. Let's stop sharing. There you go.
All righty. Pound Canadian. I was just kind of working my way down. So I'm going to take the low and I'm going to take this pivot high here because I had a big turn after that. Let's see. So I'm going to take it from that low, run it right up there and let go as close as I can get. And just see how it followed up that line. Once it
Yeah,
broke.
but you're not redrawing the top, but it's
No.
still following the line.
So what I'm not having is a sideways motion. I'm on a 4-hour chart versus
Okay.
a 15-minute that goes into stall. So even though it's going sideways from here, it's also running my arrows and my other lines. So it, as this 61.8 or the 75 to the 61 started expanding, it started expanding. Because we don't have any information over here when I drew this here and here. So once I saw this candle come down, I have a pivot. So I take that pivot to this pivot, and it went right back up again to the 0, and then just comfortably came back down, went followed right up our blue line here, came down and paused for a moment, and then it just started climbing. And then again, right there, and then back down. So anyway, there's just my lines are a little bit different because I'm drawing them as I see them.
Well, would you not redraw the top pivot once this occurred, once this occurred, once this occurred?
Yeah, if I can trying to line up with yours. Okay.
It still follows. It follows. It's the 38 now,
Right.
and halfway is the 25.
Right.
And I bet if you were to move it to the next one and the next one, it would do the same thing. That's funny.
Yeah. Funny how it works, but it's an excellent tool. Now, if I come up and say, all right, we have higher lows, do I need to set it up to this level here?
True.
Typically, I won't. If I'm on a 4-hour chart, that's a major pivot until I get.
I think I'd leave it here
Yeah.
because the concept is from the last major low, not each low. And see, the highs are different because you're coming off of this. Like if you were going up, then we would probably be changing the other way around. But because you're coming off this major down, that's solid until it's broken. The top you might can move, but I wouldn't move that one.
It will be interesting to see. The UK has house inflation, which is a high impact news at 12:01 a.m. GMT.
My news violates all rules.
Yeah, but I wonder if it jumps like just an extra fib zone. You know what I mean? Pushes it past.
Which one you looking at, Vicky?
What UK house inflation 12:01 a.m.
So are you looking
it's
at the pound
happened yet.
US on that?
What's that?
You looking at the pound US?
No, I was looking at the news overnight.
Okay, but the pair you're talking about, the pound US?
Well, this is a pound pair, right? Pound CAD.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm wondering if it would affect that as well and push it overnight.
It's perfectly in between two fan levels. Pretty close anyway.
Yeah, usually when I draw the other fibs, I'll see it jump a couple fibs, but it'll stop at one of them, even if it's just a wick. So I'm assuming it applies to the fan concept. It may jump through a few levels, but it'll stop at one of them.
Weekly.
Could be
Awfully
where it's going sideways now too.
Yeah. Too steep over here, but over here, much easier to work with. Let's see, lost my chat window. Anybody what other platforms are folks using for analyzing things?
I pretty much use TradingView for my major analysis. It's really good.
It's just crisp and clean and
And I love how you'll do it on a daily and it'll cascade to all the others, and
right. Yeah.
it saves it. So if I'm on my phone or if I'm on another computer, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump into TradingView. I've hesitated because, I just use Alveo. And I always admired TradingView, but learning all the bells and whistles, I was like,
Oh, they
"No."
have a new back tester now they just rolled out, and it is nice.
Yeah, you can actually trade on it too.
Yeah.
That's what
Have you
makes it so
tested it,
cool.
Rex?
No.
It's if do you have a paid version, right?
I do.
If you move your this little panel, it's under here somewhere.
Oh, panel up there.
Yeah, over your toolbar. You'll move it out of the way. Just drag it down. It's this right here. You can click it. You can go to any, and you just click back here.
Hey,
And-
toolbars on top of
yeah.
toolbars.
You can buy, here's your amount. You
Right.
can buy and sell. You can flatten your position, and it'll show you your profits here. And you can speed it up, like right here. You can go 3 or
Right.
5 times.
Oh, cool.
It's really handy.
TradeStation had that years ago, and so did Ninja Trader.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to have a paid subscription?
I think so.
Okay. That's a neat tool.
Its sizing's a little off because we're used to like 0.05s, and I think for that you got to do 5,000 or something.
Right. Yeah, you've got to add the zeros and things.
Yeah, so it's a little bit. There's that, but
So it's in dollars, not lots.
yeah,
Yeah, so 100,000 is going to be
Is that one lot or
Yep.
10 lots?
yeah. So you have to go in there and type it.
Right.
It's just this button right here.
Is 100,000 one lot or 10 lots?
$10,000 contract, $10,000 account can control 200,000. So let's see here.
At a 1 to 20?
Right.
We all have to do
So
math.
at a 1 to 10, it would be 100,000. Okay. So, but I'm just saying a lot at $10 a lot would control how much. So it's like times 100. So instead of $10, it would be $100. That doesn't make sense. It sounds like more like $1,000 would be better.
Well, yeah, just click buy. See what that. Yeah, and then like
See what
click your
they
little
say.
next. Yeah, just see what that. Then click like your little next or start it. Hit play.
Yeah, and then say, oh, margin call. Oh, I didn't calculate that right, right?
Yeah,
This
see
is
there
just-
it goes.
It's
So there's
like,
you're down 100, 300.
I'm up
Yeah.
520, 475.
Now you don't get like it's candle open, candle close. So you
Right,
you
yeah.
miss the nuance of the candle itself. But
oh, look at that.
and it's gone. That's the thing about the market. I'm in the money and it's gone.
Yeah, you just have to look at where you want things to go to, and then click flatten or get out, or have your target there.
Yeah,
God.
you can hit the you can hit this X, you can hit flatten. This I think closes the whole thing. But like if you close it, like just flatten. No, that X is
Yeah.
hit flatten. Then there's your profit for that trade, right? And it
Mhm.
shows you from here to here.
Cool.
But it's great for back testing on the 1 minute. I've started trying it.
Well, even a drill to just get yourself to trade.
Yep.
You know, if you're a little bit cautious and everything, you just say, "Hey, I'm moving this thing back here. I have no idea what this bear did today. I'm going to trade. I'm going to lay out my lines, and I'm going to start trading." Now, I'm getting the recording on 4-hour candles. If I drop down to a 1 hour, it'll do the same thing. 1 hour candles.
They'll do any of the time frames. Like I've been doing the minute, and you
Yes.
can speed it up, slow
Right.
it down, pause it.
That's a lot of number crunching. Back in the old days, you paid dearly to get recorded data.
Yes. Well, you have to pay for this too. You have to have a subscription. So
Yeah, but the $30 a month for 4 screens, I was dropping a lot of money back in the old days for signals and everything. But
not anymore.
they get it somewhere else. But you get a lot more than you used to get for a lot less price.
Competition works.
It does. If you
But
allow,
it's not. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I was just saying. I think it's not live data. It's a little bit delayed. You have to pay for a ECN account or something to get live data. I think,
Right.
which is a lot more expensive, but it's marginal for testing. I mean, you don't need to pay for that for testing.
Right. A lot of good moving 4-hour candles there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if I was in a 4-hour screen, if I would have been able to, or 4 screens, if I could have made adjustments to that.
I don't know. You could try it on your 4 screen. There it goes. I guess you're on the daily.
And the 4-hour up here.
Oh, the 4-hour there. That's the one that's
The
doing
4-hour is the one that's running. Yeah. Oh,
station over, and
and
you
you lost
money.
paper money.
Well, I guess it came to current time.
So it already took the fact that I lost $110 and sent it to Facebook and Twitter, right?
It wants to. Rex lost money.
Gee, man, this is a great tool. And this
But,
is,
you could share your little back trade session.
yeah, I'm almost 60% when I read trade history.
That third retime.
Yeah.
Oh, but you do have a little $100,000 account too.
And you
Yeah.
can go in and reset that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, because it's
Settings
just
right here.
paper money.
Yeah.
So you can, if you want to practice, I believe in a $10,000 account, I think you can change it or whatever. But
Okay, Rex, I've got a jet. I think I'm hosting a session on David's side of the house. So I'm going to take a little break. But this was good. Thank you.
oh, you bet.
Fun.
Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody's input.
Thanks, Josh.
See you next class, Josh.
All right. See my two balls move around here. See you, Tom. All right. Let's start the bottom and go up here and just see.
So I gotta go too. We'll see you, Rex, and everybody.
Where are you heading to, Ed?
I'm going over to listen to Josh teach on the rule of 3.
Good deal. I guess I should go with you guys.
Well, it'll be interesting if you, I'll tell you, all you gotta do is be part of David's group, and like any other Discord, it's free.
Yeah.
But
I'm not
see,
familiar with Discord, but
It's
we
free.
will
I
see
think
you tomorrow.
Last time I logged into David's thing, it said become a member. I'm like, ah,
I think all you have to do is, no, it's, Discord is free. You
yeah,
can be a member
Discord's
if you
free,
want
but
or not
Dave's
want.
not free. So
Pardon me? I mean, Discord and all the basic stuff that David does is free. But when you get into the hot seat or the fast track, or there was another one, pilot something or other, they all had a cost to them. But the basic is all free.
I didn't know there was a basic. It just said,
Yeah,
okay,
there is. It's
get
Discord
into a
plus some of the
class.
classes.
Sign up for a class, and it said to subscribe.
I don't know which one you went to, but
I don't
you
know, it
don't
was
have to
something
sign
they
up.
sent a notification that somebody was having a like what Josh is doing, except it was somebody else.
Well, we have a Wednesday night class every Wednesday that one of the hot seat folks teaches.
Huh. Well, that's neat.
Well, the theory is, the more you teach, the more you learn.
That's true.
Yep, that's the best way to be a teacher, is to get out there and do it.
So I'll see you folks tomorrow.
All right. See you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. I'm just looking for some setup. So the New Zealand Swiss for the week, right along the trend line, it reversed nicely. I'm just looking to, if I trade later tonight, what's my opportunity? New Zealand Canadian has been going choppy left to right. It did give us a reversal here. So if the spread was low and it was 11 o'clock at night or whatever for me, and I came across this pair, it wouldn't be my first choice, but I'm in a buy mode. And the risk back down is about 16. So I can handle that. On the way up, it's only 16. So I would have to try to get as many pips as I can here, not wobbling or scalping, but if it pulls back at all, I have some I can put on. But if it breaks that level, I just plain can't be long anymore. So that's what I do when I go looking for something at 11 o'clock at night or midnight. And I have to find it before I'll trade it, because I won't just trade everything.
Here's the Fibs.
Yep. Now it's on a steady climb here on the pound CAD, so I'd be reluctant to sell it because I would be going against the grain. So I'd skip on that one. Pound Aussie, we had our double bottom here. We have I don't know what it does when it does that. I hit something.
I think your toolbar can just go right on top of the things that are there.
Yeah, you can move it around. It's then you throw in the zoom toolbar and
Now I can't see your zoom toolbar.
yeah, typically the users, whoever's sharing, you don't see it.
Yeah, but when I'm sharing, you can see the black square where the zoom toolbar is.
So can you see my black square?
No, I can't.
Okay. Don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
So the pound Aussie, the spread's high. Once it got up to that level, that line that we drew in, it pulled out about 37. So probably wouldn't have made it, but I would have started to look in it there. So if I was scalping, I can't hear in this size of spread. And when I say scalping, I don't mean like wobbling. I mean, I'm really just trying to take advantage of a momentum move and then kind of be gone as quick as I can. So whenever I grab my Surface Pro and I sit down to trade, I always have to tell myself, if you don't find anything, don't start, because you can blow a whole few hours in the middle of the night just because you started trading. Euro yen is just moving up nicely. I just can't chase it. So if this pulls back and the spread's low, I may be looking for buy opportunities. Euro pound, I have to wait for it to get to the line.
I think I noticed Japan news overnight too. Check.
Euro CAD.
What time is it GMT now?
It is 3:04:04.
Okay, so the Japan news is over. 3:04. Oh, they're selling their 30-year bonds in a half an hour, which is just a medium thing. But the economic sentiment at 5 a.m. GMT, that's a high one. And then 8:35 GMT, the governor Ueda is to speak. So it's busy. Busy early morning for Japan.
Swiss yen, I'd be waiting up here. Meandering CAD yen. This one here, we fell back into the box, so I have to wait for it to do something.
CAD Swiss.
Aussie US has been meandering ever since that news day. That's an okay pair to trade on the smaller time frames because the spread's so low, but you still have to lay out your plan. So Aussie New Zealand is technically the best one I have. I had the Euro yen, but 3-bar reversal on the weekly, and the reversal started with a failure to get above a July high and a September high and the October high. And then so I'm in a technical sell on the Aussie New Zealand. Too expensive to scalp.
But it's got a ways to go.
Aussie Swiss. Its turn is continuing. Just going to drag that across and see if it gets down to there for a reversal. And the Aussie CAD. Aussie New Zealand, be the ones I'll look at. Euro yen, and the New Zealand yen. And that one's going to be tighter. So most likely the Euro yen, Aussie, New Zealand will be my look at later on tonight. So there's a trading room in the morning with Sean and Nate, and then my trading room follows theirs.
Okay.
So
I will set an alarm.
if you can make it, we'll see you in the morning, but we'll see you tomorrow night where Debbie's going to be going over the options. Be very neat.
Yes, that will be fun.
All righty. I will let you go. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Good night. Thanks, Rex.
Thank you,
You bet.
Rex.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing the trades, Danny.
You bet.